social fool.
Oh yeah.
Facts, nigga.
That nigga
I
got
still
so
play
many
that
hits,
out.
bro.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him after he was that dude. Happy Monday, everybody. It's your boy Jumpman Jones. You're now tuned in to another episode of the Kicking Shit Podcast. I'm joined here today with a few good people, a few good gentlemen, a few good ladies. Behind the camera tonight, we got D Chocolate Delight, the woman king. She is D Homie. How's it going back there?
All is well.
Good to hear.
To my right is my boy, it's my partner, it's my dog, it's my man, the funny, the talented, my boy Jails, a.k.a. Jelly. Put him on the bread till he's fed. Young Picasso, your GD Super, the Beyond Don, my man James D. Jellyfish. What's going on, man?
Blessed. Try to give her one word. Blessed.
I'm gonna say, blessed be the fruit.
Oh, man, to my left, man, it is my boy, it is my partner, it's my dog, it's Mr. Jukebox Johnny,
One
a.k.a.
word, Johnny.
Crown Daddy, a.k.a. Crown
Keep
Poppy.
it going.
Or they held him or Poppy, the Avion down, the Terramana God, the Malargo, oh, Mr. Steal Your Woman. Give her right back to you because she got hammer toe, man. It's
Daddy,
Mr.
are you on the radio?
What's going on, Jukebox, man? How you doing?
Demure.
Don't start that shit.
What
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck?
Oh, you know what? Keep it going.
Don't
How
worry
you doing,
about
man? You all right?
And I was gonna wait
Cold.
until he was done.
Hey, my nigga play the part.
What?
Put him where he need to be, because he going to play the part.
I need you to not, because I was gonna call you out anyway. You already said blessed be
Hey,
the
Johnny,
fruit. That was the first strike. Now your ass over here.
Reason why Johnny fired.
The real ones know what blessed be the fruit is.
Reason why Johnny
Right.
fired, man, because that just was online with the week. So it's just like that shit hit. That was good word choice. I fuck with it. Shout out to everybody watching right now. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, comment. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, and SoundCloud and iHeart for the audio experience. Other than that, man, how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? Johnny, you need a shot of coffee over there?
I'm over here. I'm lacking, bro. I ain't had no caffeine today.
Damn.
They got Johnny outside, man. You don't go outside much. How'd you enjoy it?
It was straight. There was some things in there, man. And
I like
then
that.
I seen a transgender.
Oh,
And I
Why
said,
would you-
damn,
why
that
would
nigga
you
got
say
me.
What'd he do?
Nah, it was just like a group of girls, and I looked at all of them. But one of them, I was like, oh, that's a nigga.
Fucked your head up.
I was like, that nigga got me.
Was you attracted?
Nah, he was the ugliest one out of all of them. Or she was the ugliest one out of all of them.
There we go.
You had it right the first time.
No, you can't say that, man.
Shit. Anyway,
But she was the least attractive to me out of all of them. But still, I was over there like scoping them out. And I was like, damn, bro, transgender.
Damn.
Oh, man.
They don't play fair, do they?
Right. It was a nice looking group of girls, though, but they just had a transgender friend.
Now, I will say Fume keeps some things in there. I will say that. Every
Yeah,
time
it
I've
was
been
cool.
to Fume, there's been a couple things in there. But yeah, man. James, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. You know,
All right.
that's all I got.
And they had a happy hour. I was like, oh, shit. So I ain't got to pay the
Word.
regular price.
Word. What's the happy hour on the drinks?
They only got 3 drinks that you can get half off.
Give me a price first.
So the drinks was $8.
Ain't bad. What we talking?
It was apple martini, a box car,
Maybe.
and damn, what was the third drink?
Old ass drink.
I hope something stronger than
Boxcar.
that.
I can't remember what the third drink was. And then it was 3. It was the sliders, the wings, and the fries was half off. And then hookah was half off.
Was the food good?
Not really.
Okay. I
It
figured.
was like a 6 out of 10.
It never looked good.
Probably should have hollered at the transgender. She probably would have bought you a drink.
Nah, I'm good on all that.
D, how you doing behind the camera, man? You
Man,
good, man?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Let me get 2 Jack and
Cokes.
I'm not demure. I'll tell you that.
Oh, everybody's stupid.
Yo, that is wild, man. hey, whatever, man. All right, man. Everybody
Get
doing
2
good.
Boilermakers over here.
Everybody feeling good, man.
Please shut up.
This week, man. Let's wrap this week up in a button, man. Most of the week, most of the noise was around the DNC. The Democratic National Convention was this week. Vice President Kamala Harris accepted her party's nomination this week. And so there was a week-long convention. Mad speakers. The little highlights I caught. D.L. Hughley came out and apologized publicly. I thought that was cool. Just spreading misinformation about Miss Harris. and not having his facts straight.
Humiliation ritual.
Probably.
Oh, okay. Talk about it.
I'm just joking.
I was gonna say DL usually if he fuck up he'll say something. I listen to the show a lot.
Yeah, I think I appreciate what Charlamagne said. Like they appreciated him coming out, but there's a lot of other people who didn't do their research should have came out as well. I also seen some videos on TikTok, people like basically saying they misspoke and they was posting videos like, damn, we had this lady all wrong. Little John came out. Let's see, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, Michelle, Hillary, Kerry Washington, like all these people came out. Johnny, man, you watched it, so
Yeah, I thought it was first night. Each night had like a headline, a speaker. First night was Joe Biden, and he talked about the things he did for this country. And yes, it was a bad speech. It was a bad speech.
He forgot.
They had to smack the remote. They was over there like, damn it.
Joe, you're wrong.
I did more
For the country, nigga.
for the country.
But he was struggling. But he on his way out. Hillary was like, I guess you could call it a co-headliner. So it was Hillary, then Joe. The second night it was Michelle Obama, then Barack Obama.
My nigga Bill didn't say nothing.
Bill was the third night. Well, the fourth night. Hold
Bill
up.
don't need to say that.
Bill was the third night. He
Yeah.
came out before Waltz did. The vice president candidate came out.
Okay, all right.
Bill still got it. He old, but Bill still got it.
He's 73, right? 73, 76, I think I heard him say.
I think he's 70. How old is Trump? Because he said he's younger than Trump.
Bill's 76. So, yeah, Trump's 76, so he's 73.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Bill look good. to
Yeah,
be an
Bill
old
still got it.
70-year-old white
He
man.
did a great speech. And
He's
then,
78.
Oh, okay.
Fuck.
Damn,
How is Trump?
Bill?
Trump got to be 80.
Trump is older than Bill?
Yeah, I feel away.
These niggas old? Or that Bill
Yeah,
that
like
old?
I do. Because I vividly
Trump
remember.
is 78.
Oh, okay. They're the same age.
I
they same
vividly remember the 90s. I vividly remember this man coming on my television, Bill
Yeah,
Clinton.
That nigga was
you
like
gotta think it
30,
was 30
40.
years ago.
And now that nigga 70? God damn.
Like,
He was
yeah,
in his
Trump-
40s.
Trump is older than Bill Clinton by a couple months. Trump was born in
okay.
June 14th, I think his birthday is, and then
Yeah, Bill Clinton's birthday was like 2 days
August,
before
August 19th.
he presented.
Okay.
I remember when my nigga was still getting head and everything.
Okay.
Now he's 70 something.
Nah, facts.
And then Kamala spoke the last night. About a 2-hour-long speech. She went in.
She did.
I did listen to that.
Yeah. Barack killed his. Like, Barack and Michelle kind of stole the show, but Kamala came through and did her thing. But Barack and Michelle night was kind of lit.
Bro, people miss Barack so much.
Yeah, people do miss them. People
They
do
miss them niggas bad, bro.
I just like how Michelle finally said, fuck it, we going to hell. Like, she did not hold any punches.
She said
Yeah.
what?
Was this not the tear down? In my opinion, from all the highlights, it was like the tear down Trump convention.
I mean, that's what you got to do.
I mean, essentially, that's what you have to do. I mean, not all of it. A lot of it was to big up Kamala. But, of course, but a lot of it is calling out the BS that he's been spewing at his rallies, and that was stated at the RNC. So you kind of have to kind of put it out there.
Yeah.
And the entire time the DNC was taking place, like, Trump was ranting on.
He was tweeting
on Twitter, like he was, or X or whatever. He was going crazy. He literally was losing his mind and tweeting. And the funniest shit to me was when he said, "Is she talking about me?" And like all caps.
He had a whole bunch of hits. He had one when Tim Waltz was speaking. He's like, Tim Waltz is an assistant coach, not a head coach. I seen that.
Damn.
So this
Tim
nigga
Waltz.
petty.
Every time Tim speak, I like him more.
Yeah,
Tim is like
Yes.
really American.
Yeah.
He did a good
A lot
job
of
of
that has-
showing who he was in his speech, because a lot of us didn't know about him. So he really broke down. His speech was more about, let me tell you who I am.
Yeah, he's a regular to me. He's a
Yeah.
regular person from what I even read.
He's a good addition to her ticket, because you need that. Even with Obama needed Joe Biden, because you need that like regular white politician on your side if you kind of away from what the norm is.
Yeah.
Because even Trump did it when he first ran. They was like, all right, Mike Pence, like,
Oh yeah.
white politician. It'll bring home the people that's really in, like, true Americans will be okay with Mike Pence. But same thing with Joe Biden. Like, some people didn't trust Barack Obama because of the name, because he was black, because he was young. It's like, let's get somebody, just in case he go down, this is the guy that takes over. So I think they did a good job by picking him.
What was the highlights from Michelle and Barack's speeches because they were talked about heavily.
I think,
I would say I actually didn't catch Barack's. I'm sorry, I went to sleep.
Fluck bug man. You know what I'm saying?
And I
I
didn't
listened
look
to
at the
his
highlights
twice.
because like Michelle was so talked about after the fact, so I kind of went back and looked at hers, and essentially the highlights for her were kind of more so geared towards not paying attention to Trump, what's being spewed, kind of highlighting some of the important things, women reproductive. Right? Did she talk about that?
They did talk about that. Everybody did.
I think a lot of people mentioned that. It's a big thing on the ticket.
Yeah, because that's really big to have something overturned like that.
Yeah,
and
he's bragging about it.
That part, and now he's saying, Trump is now saying, "Oh, I'm gonna get in office and protect women and their reproductive rights." And it's like
saying everything now,
but you didn't. You actually went against the legal case that protected us. You wanted it gone, and it was gone. And so it was just a lot.
Was that under Trump or was that under Biden?
That was under Trump.
Yeah.
But Trump was the main one
I
pulling
think that was
for it.
2019, I think.
Yeah.
No, you talking about when they got rid of Roe v. Wade?
I believe that was 2019.
Nigga, that shit was like last year.
No, it wasn't.
Was it?
Nah, hold on. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Obama.
If it became legal, like legally signed last year or whatever, it started under Trump because he pushed it.
I mean, he the one that elected the
Supreme
Court.
Yeah.
Sidebar though, but it's this lady. She keep coming on talking about like how she gotta like, I don't know. She can't get pregnant, but if she does get pregnant, then she has to have an abortion because the baby's gonna die or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the baby suffers.
So those be the cases that they bring up.
Right. And like just in her case alone, like that, first of all, stop having raw sex. You know you're gonna have a baby. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just sad that, you know what I'm saying, that she gotta go through something like that where, Roe v. Wade was actually helping
Let's say
her.
June 24th, 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's Biden if that was. But I
It
mean,
would happen
it's not
under-
his Supreme Court.
Yeah, it happened under Biden's administration, but it's not his Supreme Court.
And it won't be her Supreme Court.
Right. But what I'm saying is
It won't be anybody's Supreme Court, honestly.
Trump supported the new Supreme Court judges that were going to push to end Roe versus Wade. So it started under his presidency. But we know with any court legality, anything, it's going to take time. So
But we talking about as far as with the judges being put in place. The law is something started before Trump.
no.
I don't think that started. I don't think he had nothing to do with it. I just know he has something to do with the judges that's in place that's voting on it.
Right.
And if you got something to do with the judges that's in place voting on it, then going forward, everything they vote on, you still got something to do with because you put them in place.
Yeah, I think that's what we're saying, right?
That's exactly what we're saying. Trump
Yeah, but he
supported
didn't.
the
He
Supreme
didn't,
Court
he didn't
judges.
say I want abortion. I don't think he give a fuck about abortion rights.
I
I think somebody else gives a fuck about abortion
No.
rights, and the white people are in
The
place.
same way you said he aligns himself and he doesn't really denounce racial shit, the same way he does with the same thing he did with abortion. He never really denounced it. And he actually just kind of shied over it whenever it was questioned or put before him.
that.
So he put the judges in place because he knew that they did not support abortion. And
But
so now you
he's
put
supporting
them in
his
place.
party. That's how I look at it. Like everybody in that party would support that vote because they party got that vote done. But what I'm saying is he didn't put that specific law in motion. I don't know who put that in motion. That's what I'm trying to
them
find
just
right now.
court cases. That's what the Supreme Court do. They just overturn court cases.
And if somebody did that, and the Republicans are in favor of abortion, and he's a Republican, so I don't know. I'm just saying, like, me personally, I don't say like he did that. Like that happened under Biden's watch. Just like I'm pretty sure a lot of shit gonna happen under Kamala's watch since they don't have majority of that court.
But he's bragging about it. Like he's saying that.
Because for my base, my base wants this. They are anti-abortion.
Yeah.
So you can't brag about it and then turn around and say, "Oh no, I'm going to protect your reproductive rights." You just sat here and
No.
half
You're right.
the
You're right about
campaign
that. You're right.
bragging
Throwing a rock
about
and
it,
hiding
and now
your
you're
hand.
trying to say, "No, we're going to protect you." You're not.
But is he saying that? I thought he was
No,
still pushing the abortion shit.
No, he literally
Nah,
just
he switched
said.
up recently.
Yeah, he recently just said, if I get into office, I'm going to protect women and their reproductive rights.
But
Bruh,
what
that
does
part-
okay? I guess I'm looking at that because I heard that, but I didn't think it meant like
It
I'm
includes
gonna.
it includes abortion, but it's vague enough to where his party doesn't.
He trying to get votes.
Yeah,
I didn't think
his
it
party doesn't piss
meant
him
that
off, or
he
doesn't
was
piss off
gonna
his party.
not. I didn't think that meant he would allow abortion. I didn't.
Yeah.
I just thought that he would protect your rights by saying you still can't get an abortion. However, here's some other options. That's what I thought.
Possibly.
We don't know what it means, honestly, because it's so vague. Because
Yeah.
it doesn't piss off his party, but it also does not give the American people any type of stern direction on, hey, I will support the women's choice, or I will support the, I don't know, reinstatement of Roe versus Wade, if that's possible. It doesn't provide anything. It just says, well, women, if you vote for me, I'll look out for you. Because I know y'all care about reproductive rights.
And that's how I took it. I didn't take it like he was gonna get. rid of
Okay,
him.
well,
I didn't
Kamala and her
take
team
it
were
like that.
saying directly the overturning of Roe versus Wade was fucking stupid.
But they can't reverse it, right?
It's possible they can't. She can do like an executive order.
Oh, she can.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Why
But
didn't
still,
Joe do that?
Congress got to vote on it though. Congress still got to vote
On
on
the
it.
executive order?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
she
they-
can do
the
it as
president-
a president. You can do an executive order, and it's temporary.
But-
and then Congress can make it a permanent.
I was about to say the president don't have absolute power like people think he
nah.
does.
No. We know that. The
Oh,
president
okay.
doesn't have any absolute power, but
Yeah.
you're right. It's a temporary fix. But I think Biden has gotten so hung up on trying to take care of the Department of Education before he leaves out of office, because that's been his biggest hiccup. Like in this moment of time, me and other people or entire America right now are under administrative forbearance for student loans because he is literally still fighting that in court. So I think that's kind of been his focus. So I would not be surprised if we didn't get an executive order from him.
All right, what Obama said, nigga. That's what we was
Obama
at.
he went crazy, bro.
Since you watched it twice, he went
Yeah,
hamburger.
he went hamburger.
Not Hamburger.
But it was vintage Obama. He talked about Trump. He talked about the importance of voting, even if he's saying basically if you agree with one thing more than like you choose what's your I guess the thing that you most hold more weight for. He's saying even if you don't like certain things about Kamala, well, he didn't say her name, but if you don't like certain things about one side, if you like something that's very important to you, then you need to put your vote towards there. Mm-hmm. And basically it was just because you know how people say, well, Kamala did this, she did this and this, that's why I'm not voting for her. So well, why were you voting for Trump then? Just because of something that Kamala did? Or are you voting for Trump because you like something that he did?
Okay, that's bad.
But and then he took some jabs at Trump and about Russia and how Trump thought that he said he had good foreign policy and good foreign affairs, and he knew certain basically South Korea and Russia. And he's like, well, why do we even want to be friends with them? Like, what's the point of having a good relationship?
Hold on, North and Russia.
North Korea.
Okay.
Sorry, North Korea and Russia. He's like, why do we even want to be friends with them?
That's what Obama said.
Yeah, he's like, you bragging about being friends with somebody that the rest of the world don't like.
Yeah, but I guess what was his point to that? Like, because that did for those 4 years that Trump was in office, Russia didn't make a move.
Yeah.
Right.
And now Russia has made a move and they still on that move.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen the end result of what that move is either going to do to Russia or will Russia gain Ukraine and gain some more land. So
I guess I heard they losing the war.
You've been saying that for years now.
Yeah.
But if you lose, you losing this war and it's still going on. Like nobody's waving the white flag.
Right.
And I'm not saying anything's wrong with that, but I guess what I'm saying is if you got two dictators who hate America so much, and then I guess I'm friends with these people under what pretenses, I don't know. You remove me from office, and Russia been dormant all this time, and then they strike Ukraine like out of nowhere, and that happened under Biden's watch. So I don't know. Like I feel like to his base, that's a great speaking point. Like when I was in office, I was able to sit down with these people, visit these people, Because if I'm not mistaken, Biden had that one meeting with Putin.
I don't even know if they met before.
I think he don't even want to talk to this nigga.
Right.
So I don't know. I feel like these are good. I think what is Obama saying? Like, how do we look at? Are we supposed to look at that like, he's gonna turn the country over to Russia? Like, you can have this shit?
No, but he's saying that the specifics of Trump's plans would create a national crisis. Mm-hmm. He's suggesting that it would create a national crisis and that we don't need an additional 4 years of chaos. Like, American people have been through enough. Mm-hmm. And so he kind of just pinpointed it there. He didn't go into details about it, but that's really kind of that's the biggest highlight when it came to Trump. He's talking, but that's it. He's just talking.
I do remember when this nigga was doing this thing, that nigga was over there a lot.
Yeah, he was.
He was in Russia a lot.
People thought he was over there for, like, business interests.
Yeah, but that nigga was over there kicking it with Putin, nigga. For what, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all niggas really that buddy-buddy?
And he was with Kim Jong-un, like...
Yeah, I don't understand it either. But, yeah, why would you want to be friends with the enemy like that? Like, what was the purpose? And I guess it's just to stop them from going to war with Ukraine?
If 9/11 happened because a small terrorist group wanted to get at America, these niggas ain't scared. I mean,
they ain't small.
I feel like they would pull the same move. I feel like they're not scared to pull that move. And I feel like for some strange reason, I don't know why they waited to pull that move when they pulled that move on Ukraine, but regardless, and doing a little research I did, like, it has a lot to do with the United Nations and
NATO.
Ukraine being neutral, not picking sides. Russia saying they having historical claim to the land, almost like what's going on in Israel Palestine. Russia saying they have historical claim to the land, so now they just coming to get it. It's like they didn't just do this shit overnight. They've been planning this shit for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
So what kept them at bay for 4 years? They could have been sent them niggas in the
Maybe
Ukraine.
it was Trump keeping them at bay.
So I don't know. I'm not just too quick to... I know that nigga crazy. I know he talk a lot. He don't make sense. I also know he don't make decisions on his own. I also know his advisors over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump presents to everyone. Like, if Trump said, it goes. But
Yeah.
I'm smart enough to
one
know,
of his
like...
advisors is Chris Rock. Kid Rock.
I'm just...
I'm
I'm just saying, I know he has people around him saying, you can't do that. Okay, you can do that. Okay, you can't do this. Like, go do this. Go say that. Same thing with Biden. Hey, you can do this. You can say that. Say this.
Yeah.
Here's your speech.
But I felt like
he does. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, when he was in office, he was friends with them, but our allies didn't like him. True. So you gaining 2 more friends, but you losing the faith of all the other countries.
I'm losing your faith, but on paper, I got you. We in the United Nations together.
Yeah.
You can't do shit to me. So let me go do this. You may not like it, but let me go do this. Because on paper, y'all not turning. Like, I got y'all. Litigation. I don't have litigation with
why?
them.
Like, why? What's the point of going over there?
For Trump, man, look, sometimes you got to call a spade a spade. There was good Trump did, and there was bad Trump did.
Yeah.
But the bad outweighed the good that he did. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, bro, that's just like we all friends. I got a friend you don't like, but I'm over here hanging with these niggas. We supposed to do something this weekend, but I can't hang with them because I'm with the niggas you don't like.
Yeah. And it could be for the benefit of you. It could be for the benefit of you. You don't know
possible. I don't know anything. I don't know why he was over there. None of us know.
That the shit don't look right. You know what I'm saying?
That's all you know.
It's just, I don't know, bro. With this man Trump, bro, he give me a headache, dog. And he gives me bad anxiety because at the end of the day, I can see...
I think everybody.
I can see the bullshit that he brings, but I also see the way he tries to cover shit up as well. And it just don't go well.
And he still got it sentenced. There's a chance he can win this election and be in jail at the time he wins.
That was gonna be my final rap to this. Like, I don't think Trump is gonna win shit no more. Like, it's a wrap. Like,
it's a wrap.
Watching what happened all week, looking at social media, because that's how I gauge America, people, because that's what we talk. It's a chat box. Just looking at the whole picture, and then I seen the polls. Like, the polls is this nigga's down bad in the polls.
Down in all the major states.
I don't even think he got an opportunity.
Unless he kill her in the debates.
There's no way a man who speaks in the fashion that he speaks can kill an educated woman in a fucking debate. Like, he's not
Nah, I don't think
can't beat her in a debate.
Yeah, because she gonna call him on the lies. She's more wittier and quicker than Biden.
She's a former prosecutor.
And I think he goes off script a lot. Even if he's prepared for whatever she
Yeah.
got to say, I think he gonna be like, yeah.
Well, that's why
freestyle it.
when you said that he has people that are supposed to help him and advise him, they are upset with him currently. Forbes just reported that he's going off script so much, they're doing way more work trying to remedy and fix shit that's not true,
Well,
as
PR,
opposed
they
to
gotta
making
take his
sure
phone
that he
again.
looks good in front of the American people. He continues to go off script. They literally give him a speech and he says something completely different.
I can tell it's not. Yeah, you can
He's
tell.
like,
when
did
he
you see her
talk.
up there with her husband? Not my type of
And
guy.
shout out to Obama for doing the hands. I know he's gonna be upset about
Oh
that.
yeah, the crowd size, because that shit don't make no sense. It's like, bro, you booked a venue that you book. What you mad that you booked an arena and she booked the town like a little a library or whatever?
Yo,
Like that means something.
Man,
Well-
ain't looking good for Trumpy.
But then she went to Milwaukee and did the same thing he did when he was in Milwaukee.
got shot at. What happened?
Nah, because they had the RNC in Milwaukee and she did she had a campaign rally in Milwaukee and was in the same venue he had the RNC at.
Okay, I got you. I got what you're saying.
Didn't nobody try to shoot her?
All right, man.
Nobody's shooting at these people no more. I think they caught on to that.
Politics. That's it for politics. If y'all missed the DNC, man, they got hella shit on CNN. Y'all can watch it there. Greg Mathis files for divorce with his wife from his wife for 39 years for irreconcilable differences. Now he didn't file for divorce. His wife did.
She tired of his shit.
I was gonna ask y'all, man, if y'all was 64 and y'all had to be back on the scene, how would you feel?
Oh, straight to the nursing home.
That nigga is not back on the scene.
64. First of all, he's a rich 64.
Yeah, he rich.
That was a successful TV show. I read his accolades. Like, this nigga had the longest running judge TV show in American history.
Damn, really? More than
I think
what?
he's tied with, say it,
Judy.
Judy.
Okay.
They both.
I would say, as a 64-year-old man, I know the first thing he looking for, some young tail. That's exactly what he looking for.
Yo, do you remember that magazine, Blacktail?
No, I don't.
You remember Blacktail? Y'all don't remember Blacktail?
Nah.
Oh man,
Shout out to
y'all don't
Blacktail.
remember
That
Blacktail?
sound like something I might have been into though.
Man,
What
ask
was
your
it?
pops about Blacktail.
What was it, a nudie
His-
magazine or
It's
something?
a nudie Blacktail.
I'll say his estimated net worth is between 20 and 25 million.
John Mathis?
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
what's
she
up.
getting some of that.
she's getting.
I'm leaving it with something.
She leaving with something, nigga. So how much you said it was? 46? How much you
25.
Between 20 and 25 million.
So that means he really only got 5.
half, nigga.
Shit, they probably got grandkids and
Not
shit.
just
He got
5. You gotta
12,
think about the chaos that come with it.
He
So she
might
gonna
just end
take
up
the
chilling.
half.
How old is he? 64?
Yeah.
He probably will get another relationship.
She
I
gonna
think he
take
gets
the
some.
half plus some. Trust me.
But if I've been married since '85, I've been married for almost 40 years. I've been on TV.
She deserve half if they've been married that long.
I'm not even tripping on that. Getting single, I think after I mourn the loss, because I feel like even though the divorce happened, I feel like both sides got to mourn that loss. Like you waking up, she not downstairs to
Yeah.
have coffee with no more.
That nigga ain't mourning. He happy as hell.
Nah, I feel like after I mourn that loss, I'm back in the streets.
After
Hollywood.
40 years?
Bruh.
Yeah, I'm back in the streets. Yeah, you mourning that loss.
Bruh.
They gonna be back in the streets and realize that shit a lot different.
Yeah.
We got
way
money.
He could
different.
be calling Maybelline back.
He got money though. Like I say, she wanted to leave. He didn't want to leave. So
Yeah.
when she want to leave, you ain't nothing you can do.
Irreconcilable
Yeah, that's true.
differences.
I just went through this whole thing, and I will say I had emotions on both sides. I was happy and mad as hell. How that makes sense?
You gotta go through your feelings.
Yeah,
for
you gotta
sure.
go through your feelings.
Yeah,
man.
bro. I was both. I was like, what the fuck? This shit don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, hey.
I think Tyreese did a good job in his interview shedding light on that. When he talked about
Grieving.
grieving from his wife and
I
that
think it
situation.
was spitting.
Yeah, nah, Tyreese had a good ass interview, man. I'm not gonna lie, that interview was good, man. He explained the wig thing. He said he's been living in 1964. He's been working on an album that's gonna be like old school music, and he was doing the video shoot the day of the national anthem. He said the shit on his face is like real, like good makeup. It's good makeup artist. So
Paper-mache.
it took 4 hours. Yeah, you're right. It didn't look that good, but it took 4 hours to put on. And he was like, I wasn't about to take that shit off. So we went to the stadium. I had to be there at 11 to do sound check. And so he was like,
Shout out
shit,
to my nigga.
I did what I had to do, man.
First of all, I call bullshit. Cause nigga, when you posted the video, you was putting the shit on. I ain't see no makeup artist. Your ass was doing just like this.
Maybe
he
you
was
get a
checking
touch
it.
up.
He was
That
just checking
nigga
it.
was putting the shit on his face.
Making sure the follicles is in the right place.
Man, that's bullshit, bro.
Shout out to Tyreese.
That nigga
bro.
was dipping his
shaking
hand in that paper mache and patting that shit on, nigga.
I know what you're
Patting
talking
it on.
He was. The interview was good.
That was a good interview. Man.
He touched on everything. They was laughing. They went from car shows to mental health to everything.
When he started talking about that jewelry.
Oh yeah, his fake jewelry. I forgot about that.
Shit. Hey, Lauren LaRosa gonna talk about. No, I thought it was fake.
Yeah. You see this jewelry on me right now? This ain't. We said it what $25 from Amazon.
Yeah.
Man, look, that's
He
crazy.
said, man, Tyreese said he been going through it, down on his luck. And then he talked about mourning the loss of his wife. He was like, man, I was sad about that fucking divorce. I was like, damn.
First of all, Tyreese, you still richer than all of us. You ain't that down.
I hope so.
I mean, he don't sound like it. When you listen to him talk about his legal troubles, the money he owed, he's being sued. Like, he said the opportunity to do this movie was a blessing. He's like, I'm struggling because I think we often forget, like, actors get paid for the movies they do. And if they're not doing movies and getting residuals, which a lot of them don't get residuals for these movies, then they not getting paid. So they gig. Like, actors are the ultimate gigging. And people don't see it like that.
Yeah,
But most actors, not the top 20, but like the regular actors like a Tyreese, he gigging. So yeah, I went and did Fast and Furious. They paid me a couple million. Then if I don't do a movie for 3-4 years, that shit run out. I need my next check.
You right though. That's how
that's true.
comedy is.
Yeah, them niggas. Yeah, them niggas is gigging like a motherfucker.
That's why he wanted The Rock not to do Hobbs and Shaw.
Because he needed that gig.
Yeah,
Oh,
was
because
like,
he need that money.
Yeah, he's
that
like,
Transformer whooping his ass.
He done with Transformers. They done moved on.
No,
he,
he talking
No,
about
I'm
the
talking
one
about
in
that
his
statue in
it's-
his backyard, dumbass.
can always sell that stuff.
house. Yeah, man.
That Benihana call.
Tyrese tripped me out, man, when he threw the fucking tissue and said "Black man cry."
Yeah.
That shit right there, man. And Charlamagne was on another level with.
Charlamagne was he was like, cause I would too.
He like my top 5 interviewers, bro, because he is good at that shit. It was like Tyrese came in and got the flowing, got the going, joking, they laughing. You could tell, like, all right, they got rapport. And you know what I'm saying? He like, man, yeah, you want to stay when you hear about some butt stuff, envy. Like, he just throwing out jokes. Then they get into the interview, but mind you, Charlamagne ain't got a question out because this nigga just steady talking. He telling you about the album. He saying that, man, he said so much shit. He was bragging on his resume as a singer. And he was like, these young niggas can't fuck with me. They go out here, they want to sign Lil Moo Moo, Lil Ray Ray, because they got all these YouTube streams, blah, 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 blah. He said, I'm going to tell you a true fact. He said, Baby Boy was a flop. Nigga, I'm sitting here working. I'm like, really? Because I remember working at Carowinds. We had met some girls. We went on a triple date. It was a double date. My nigga, he ain't had no. Nah, it was a triple date.
Damn, my nigga was
Triple date. We went on a triple date, and we went to see Baby Boy at AMC 22 out there in Pineville. And I remember that movie theater being packed with people.
Yeah.
For you to tell me that
Right.
was a flop, and then that's when
Couldn't have been.
Charlamagne goes, well, shit, that shit keeping the lights on at BET. He said, look, he like that's a flop. Look it up.
But you know what? He might not be wrong, bro, because at the end of the day, movies that we consider
Right.
culture classics really didn't do
They
that
don't do
good
numbers
in
like
the
they
box
do
office.
now. Like nowadays, a black movie goddamn do 100, 200 million.
Yeah.
Back then, I'm not sure what they was doing.
They wasn't doing shit.
And that's a John Singleton film, I think.
Yeah.
Man, look.
And I'm just flabbergasted, like, damn, that was a flop. And I guess that was his point. Like, the shit I'm gonna make is timeless. It may not get received right away. You might not get it right away, but when it marinate, oh yeah. So yeah, Lil Tay Tay and Lil Ray Ray can come out here and drop a YouTube video and get 1,000, 1 million streams.
I show speed or whatever.
But I'm gonna get the 1 million streams too. I'm just gonna get them and I'm gonna stay there once I get them. They gonna get them and that's it. It's over with. It's done. It's a one-stop shop.
It's this short documentary on YouTube where they're talking about the success of Bad Boys. Mm-hmm. And they was talking about like everything surrounding it back then. And they were saying like black movies didn't make it overseas like that because overseas people didn't have like a thing for black people. They wasn't like
Yeah, I played
checking for us.
I played that snippet.
Yeah,
on
but
the show.
like when they made it, nigga, that shit blew the fuck up. And it
Yeah.
kind of opened the doors for black people to be overseas on film. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They was saying like that
Really,
was
the
the
only
first
person who was getting over there was Eddie Murphy and then the Rush Hour franchise.
right because of Jackie Chan
Yeah.
though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Bad Boys was before Rush Hour.
Oh, the first Bad Boys got over there?
It was 90.
yeah.
Bad Boy,
Yeah.
The
The
first
first
Bad
one.
Boys is what launched it because they said that, Joel, I think it was that Joel Schumacher or whatever. Mm-hmm. They took a chance on Will and Martin, and it was a success. The movie was a success, even it was a success overseas, and so, because they had number 2 in the 2000s. That was what 94 when Bad Boys 1 came out, 95.
And you think about it, man. 90s got a bunch of great movies,
But yeah,
bunch of them.
but you never had 2 leaders. Like even with Eddie Murphy in Beverly Hills Cop, it was him, but then it was the other white cops.
Yeah.
In this, it's 2 black cops, and to be honest, they got a Latino lieutenant.
Yeah.
Like it's so true to the culture of Miami. It was a good ass movie. I still like Bad Boys 1. It's still my favorite one.
Yeah, it's
one
pretty
of my
good.
favorite ones.
You might laugh.
Matter of fact, man, we everybody here watch Bad Boys. We never talked about it, but what's y'all favorite Bad Boys? Like now, everybody done seen Bad Boys. You seen Bad Boys, right?
I ain't seen the new one though.
Okay, never mind. I can't. Well, you can't.
But mine forever gonna be the first one.
The
I'm
first
sorry.
one?
First one is the
This
shit.
last one was so good. I think my only thing with this last one, the last 2, I didn't like the end to the one before the last one, Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
And then
You talking
Martin
about
was
the third one?
Yeah, the third one. And Martin was sluggish in there. But this one right here is a tight number 2. And I used to love Bad Boys 2 as my number 2. But this one right here is a tight number 2 just because it was just so good. Like, I didn't expect that movie to be as good as it was. Like,
I think it's
watch it
1, 2, 4, and 3 for me.
one,
might have
two,
to go
still
see
1,
4.
2, 4, and 3 for you.
Yeah.
It might be 1, 4, 2, 3 for me. It might be. But, man, you
Yeah,
got to
you
check it out.
putting-
It's out now. It's out on streaming now. So
Oh
you
yeah,
can
I'm
just
about
watch
to
it.
go home and watch it tonight.
You watch
So
it.
you putting 4 over fucking 3?
I
Because
just
3
really-
was the shit. 3
I
was when
didn't
they
like
went.
3 at all.
3 was when they went overseas.
Yeah, and he found out he had a son.
And they was going. No, I'm thinking 2.
2. You thinking 2?
Yeah.
2 was the shit.
Yeah.
2 was the shit.
Because that's when they was in that
2
Hummer
was fire,
going down the
nigga.
hill. Yeah, 2 was
And
the
they
shit.
the clan and shit was in the
Man,
second one.
2 was the shit.
The beginning was fire, too.
Yeah.
The beginning was fire. I think as I get older, these movies hit me different. Like, when I was young and I seen 2, man,
2 was the shit.
I was like, yo. But
Nah,
now,
2 is good.
Now I watch 2, it's still good. But, like I told Johnny after I watched Bad Boys 4, I don't know if you remember me telling you, is I said, I really like Bad Boys 4, but I felt like it was too realistic. Like, I felt like my best friend was in the hospital. Like, I kind of related to it because I'm getting to that age now. Niggas, shit happen to niggas. Niggas have heart attacks.
Yeah.
Same shit happened to
Taking
number
them blue
4.
chews.
Yeah, like, shit happens to niggas. So I was, like, relating to these old ass. I'm like, yo, I can relate to this movie. So
I got a funny story for
4
you
was
after
good,
the
man.
podcast.
4 was good. 4 was good because I relate to it. But like I said, it's tied with number 2 for number 2 for me.
Yeah.
What's the one where he was like, the devil not welcome? Yeah. That,
That's
Jamaica
number 2.
Yeah,
that's the second one.
That's the best
That
one.
scene gave me anxiety because
That's
they
the
was
best one.
banging it out.
Yeah,
through
they
a
was going
wall.
hard.
Oh, yeah.
And then Martin was in the bathroom taking bullets by the toilet. I thought Martin was done in that movie. I
Oh,
thought
yeah.
Martin was about to be done for.
That movie was the
That's
shit.
some good shootouts in the 4th one.
Yeah, the 4th one brought shootouts back. Like I said, number 3, the only thing that killed number 3 for me was the fucking end. Like,
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
supernatural, your mom is a gypsy type shit. Like, come on. I don't know if I can
Mama
say
was
that.
a gypsy.
I don't think you can say gypsy, but
can't
she was
say
like a
gypsy?
voodoo
I don't
woman.
know.
I think.
Shit, Tyson Fury said he the Gypsy King.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
yeah,
it might
she
be
was like
that.
a voodoo woman. I didn't like that shit, but why we on this, man? What y'all watching in TV and movies, man? This week.
Gee,
I just
what am I
seen
watching?
Borderlands, and I thought it was good.
Kevin Hart,
it was,
right?
Yeah, it was actually funny and good.
I want to
said,
watch it
"Damn."
because I've heard that it did bad, but it don't mean that it's a bad movie.
Right.
It's just because it did bad in the box office. But they got Jack Black, Kevin Hart, with a famous white woman. They got a nice cast. Batista in there.
Yeah.
They got a good cast.
Batista was in
Yeah, they said he play
He lost weight, man.
he
That's
do like
probably
a
why you didn't
CGI
recognize
guy. He a CGI like his voice.
Cause I was wondering who the psycho guy was. It was a good psycho. Well, I don't know if you're familiar with Borderlands, but they got some guys in there
Hell
called
no.
the Psychos, and they wear like these masks, white and red on them.
Yeah.
And it was one of them. He was a good guy, like he was cool with them. But usually in the game, you just shoot them up. the psychos. Anytime you see
I
a
had
psycho.
to see. I had to see. I'm gonna watch it. You saying it's good? I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
it was pretty all right. I mean, shit.
I'm
Kevin
looking
Hart
for a
did his
movie. I'm
thing.
like in a movie drought, so I'm looking for a movie.
Okay, he ain't in this shit. I thought he was.
Yeah, I was like, Batista.
What is your first L on the movie? All
Right,
all
I
year,
thought he was
nigga.
in there.
You know,
But yeah,
you know
that
your
movie
shit.
was pretty good, man. And what else movie I started and I thought was good? Oh, I seen Romulus. I told y'all though, but I
Oh,
ain't tell
yeah, I
the
hadn't
viewers.
seen
Everybody hasn't seen it, but yeah,
Romulus is pretty good.
Probably
I
gonna-
will say that. That shit was pretty good.
Oh, you know who it is I'm thinking about? It's definitely not Dave Bautista. The nigga from Creed that played Ivan Drago's son.
Fucking racist.
Oh, you talking about
He played Krieg.
what's the nigga name? His name like Dolphin or something like that.
It's Florin Montoon.
Oh, never mind. I don't
But
know
yeah,
that.
Dolph Lundgren is his dad in
That
the movie.
nigga,
Yeah.
Dolph. But I will say, if you ain't seen Romulus, it's pretty
That shit
good. Shit had me on the edge of my seats.
Yes.
What
Had me
else?
on the edge of my seat. Shit.
The shit took you back. It don't like really like if you don't know the story, it do a good job of explaining
Yeah.
what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying?
it did that.
It's a great movie.
Over 2 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 hours.
Good. It's worth it though.
But it was a good 2 hours. Like
It's
the whole
worth
time.
it.
It was.
Yeah.
It
I'm
was
dead ass.
If you had to go pee,
You was coming
you
back
was
fast.
Yeah. You was like, hold.
You
yeah.
ain't gonna wash your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty good, and I was taken away by how good it was. And I'm ready. Like, bruh, now that I got older, bro, I feel like I could critique movies better.
Mm-hmm.
I used to just like a movie because I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen that wrong. But nah, the shit kept me engaged. It was good. It was scary.
It kept you on the edge of your seat.
Kept you on the edge of your seat.
Mm-hmm.
You had questions, but they wasn't too big. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like, what's going on? What's
Hey,
going on? But
what the
you
fuck
know
happened?
what? This ain't turning me off. Altogether, it was a good experience. And I think that's what I go to the movies for now. The experience.
Yeah, it was.
And peep this. I was at the crib. Like that.
That's why I go to the movies for now, but I was at the crib.
But I was at the crib for Romulus. I was at the crib. I got the fire sticker. But you know what I'm saying?
It was a good copy?
Man, good copy and everything, dog.
I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad
Good.
at
I
it.
said, damn,
I
this all
thought
right
this-
night.
I thought this nigga went on
Me
a solo
too.
date to the movies.
No, nigga, I was at the crib. I was at the crib.
All right, well, I ain't
Best
mad
night I
at
had
it.
at the
ain't
crib,
mad
too.
at
I
it.
said, you know
I
what?
might check it out on bootleg.
All
then.
I've been doing is watching Alien, man. So after we watch them all, I'm with you on that episode.
Yeah, bonus episode, the Alien franchise.
Because that franchise, I think, has been slept on.
Yeah.
Because that shit kind of good. I'm like, man,
Right. I mean, it's just got just as many movies as Harry Potter, Star Wars, and all them.
like 6-7 of them bitches.
Yeah.
Ripley.
Yeah, man. What you tuning into this week? D, Johnny, one of y'all?
Shit, I watched the Steve McNair Untold. That was pretty good.
You taking us there. Now we got to pause.
Oh, okay.
You taking us there. Now we got to pause. Listen, y'all. First of all, I just found out.
Before you do that.
I
Go ahead.
just found out a couple months ago that Steve McNair was even dead.
Okay. I remember him dying.
So when I get to Netflix and I see the doc on, because I Googled it after I found out, I was like, damn, nigga died. But I also
Didn't this
forgot
girl kill him or something?
something like that.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Something crazy.
I get to Netflix, I see the doc. I'm like, let me check this motherfucker out. First of all, why was this a doc about a murder, but it was also a doc about that Super Bowl season?
Yeah, it was a lot going on.
It was like
within the 50 minutes.
How did y'all finesse this shit here? You had Jeff Fisher talking about the season that they went to the Super Bowl and his relationship with Steve McNair.
Yeah.
So it'd be the murder, and then they zoom to Jeff Fisher, and he'd be talking about the season that the Titans went to the Super Bowl, which we all remember that shit. Because when he said this shit, and I don't want to stay here, but I want to say this. When he said this shit, he was like, we were never known as a team that lost the Super Bowl. We was known as a team that almost won the Super Bowl. And I was mad. Because I'm like,
You still lost.
the Panthers almost won the fucking Super Bowl,
Yeah.
too. And we're known
Yeah.
as a team that lost the
the
Super
Super
Bowl,
Bowl,
to,
yeah.
to the fucking
Tom
Patriots.
Brady.
But I was about to say, man, you got to think about it. It was the narrative around Cam. I mean,
talking about
we
the one
talking
Super
about
Bowl.
the other
Oh,
Super
okay,
Bowl.
never mind.
We
Yeah.
lost that Super Bowl.
right, but it was the reason why we was considered that team is
No, I'm
because
just-
it was a lot of hate.
But it's
towards
not a
Cam.
question on that.
We was the
lost
favorites.
that
When
Super
we the
Bowl.
favorites, we usually lose bad.
We lost
You talking about Jake DeLong Super Bowl?
Jake
Yeah.
Mahomes Super Bowl.
Cajun Jake.
We
shout out
almost
to
won
a
that Super Bowl.
Yeah,
ring,
we did.
A ring of honor person.
Because of Smith.
Shout out to Jake Delhomme.
But so many holes in this murder from the jump. Why did the white man go in the house with 2 dead bodies, fix coffee, and then call his homeboy?
Right.
What the
Yeah, he said he grabbed the beer
That
out the
nigga was feeling
fridge.
fatigue. He had to get some coffee.
He tell the cops. He tell the cops like, yeah, man. I walked in the house. I seen Steve laying there, and I seen the girl laying on the floor. I didn't know what Steve had going on, so I went in there and got some coffee. And then I walked out, and then I noticed some blood, and I ran out. And instead of calling you guys, I called his best friend.
You're right. And then he tried to pay the cops. I didn't understand what he was trying to pay the cops
why he
for.
was trying to pay
don't
the
take me to
cops.
jail, nigga.
He's like, I
He
know a
owed
few
him $20.
cops. Yeah, he's like, I know a few cops, and I think I know how this goes. And he pulled the money out of his pocket. They was like, you don't got to give us no money.
I would have been like, nigga, $20. I'm about to take your ass for goddamn insulting me, nigga. I need hundreds.
Now the friend had the best story. The friend had the best. He was really a friend. The nigga was crying. He had to pause during moments. Like when he got the call from White Buddy, he called the police instantly. Yo, my best friend did. You know what I'm saying? They played college football together, and then they was business partners. Now when we go through the doc, it's like this build up for nothing. It was a murder-suicide. The girl killed him. Now I think
waiting for the twist, and it's not really one.
Yeah, it's never one. I think one of the interesting parts of the doc was how Steve McNair was fucking the girl of his number 1 fan. And that shit was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Cause
He
they
was
ended,
what?
So so the girl he was fucking girls at Dave & Buster's.
At Dave & Buster's?
Yes, no, not at.
He
but
would
he
meet
was
him
going,
at the-
he was
Oh,
meeting
okay.
them at Dave &
Employees.
Buster's. Now, mind you, this is all happening in Nashville, Tennessee. I ain't never been in Nashville, but I am from Charlotte, and Charlotte ain't that big. You know, we big now, but I can kind of imagine pulling hoes up out of
that's
Dave
like
&
Iverson
Buster's.
getting some butt at Cheddar's.
Yeah, I can imagine that. So he going to Dave & Buster's. No, you're right though. You're right.
Get some butt.
My man, yo,
Old ass nigga.
a piece of butt. I can imagine Steve McNair doing this motherfucking thing. You know what I'm saying? Pulling some Dave & Buster's girls. You know, I got money.
Right.
But I mean, long story short, my point to that is the guy who dated the girl that worked at Dave & Buster's. He was the number 1 Steve McNair fan. He was obsessed with Steve McNair. They was interviewing him. He was like, I think Steve McNair to this day is the best quarterback to ever play the game.
And that nigga fucked your girl.
He said it was tough knowing that. It's fucking
But I'm still a fan, though.
yeah, he was still a fan.
Hey, man, it's tough. You know, my hero. Fuck my girl.
Man, long story short,
But I'm still a fan.
when you get to the end of the doc and you think it's over, this guy comes on, and this what pissed me off about this doc. Cause I'm thinking like, all right, we about to get some hell of a But then I'm looking at the time. We only got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this shit ain't gonna
This
work.
guy comes on and he says, yo, these guys fumbled the case. Like, you gonna believe this girl bought this gun from this nigga and went over there, killed Steve and killed herself, but not investigate the nigga. You only gonna take his word that the gun was hers because he told y'all that he sold her the gun. He was like, think about the circumstances. Y'all went to his house to interview them about the gun that killed Steve McNair in front of his woman instead of taking him down to the station and putting that fire on his ass. So now they got this guy that's independently investing the case, and he's looking at the guy who sold the gun to the girl allegedly, and he's looking at the best friend, which I think that's a crock of shit. I don't think his best friend had anything to do with it, but like I said, that white man going in that house, fixing a cup of coffee, I ain't never smelt a dead body, but ain't no way in hell you went in there and brewed some coffee and you didn't discover those niggas was dead until you was on your way out the motherfucking house.
Yeah,
you
you got
got
a
me
point.
fucked up.
I thought the white guy was in on it somehow.
I still think he in on it.
He probably was the cleanup nigga, and he was like, damn, I came over here to clean up one body.
And
It's
yeah,
two.
so now you called a friend. That's a good, hey, I like that.
Let me get a cup of coffee, because
That
this shit
nigga
vexed
tried to
me.
pay the cops. It's like, bro, why? They should have got arrested for trying to pay the cops
Yeah,
something.
that's bribery.
Factuals.
That's bribery. Speaking of documentaries, there's a documentary out, right, with Dwight Howard. It's called Last Stint in L.A.
Where is it?
This shit good as fuck, bro. I'm trying to tell
What
you,
is
bro.
it?
It's on YouTube.
Okay.
But it talk about Dwight Howard's last stint in L.A. and all the shit this nigga had to go through. This nigga went through so much shit, dog.
Bet he did.
I had no fucking deal.
No homo.
Okay. You got your homo jokes. He addressed that shit in there too. You know what I'm saying?
Dwight Howard is gay.
Yeah, we know this.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? You know, we ain't tripping. I ain't tripping on Dwight because he gay or none of that. But what this nigga had to go through is totally
Last
not
Stint
okay,
in
bro.
LA.
Yeah, bro.
Let
They
me add
did
it
that
to my watch later.
Bro, they did that nigga wrong, bro.
I mean,
They did that nigga wrong.
First
of all, the only reason why I'm gonna take up for Dwight on this shit is because he played for the Hornets, and he did the same shit on the Hornets, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even want this nigga Dwight to dribble the ball. If you remember vividly on the Hornets, they used to give Dwight the ball on the block
I thought
and
this
let him do what he
documentary-
had to do.
I thought this documentary was gonna be more so about his booty hole.
Nah, it ain't about. Nah, they really didn't treat that nigga fair on his last one. You gotta think about it. Dwight was an all-star.
Is this
nigga.
2020?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, fine. It's called Last Stint.
Last stint in LA. Dwight was an all-star, right? So you would think with a player that has all-star caliber, you wouldn't treat that person like a role player. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that they wouldn't even let Dwight do. He even addressed the three-point shot. So I know everybody remember this shot. It was a shot in the bubble where this nigga Dwight had made a three-pointer. Dwight said he had been working on them three-pointers for a while because he wanted to take his game to another level. He was telling the coaching people
straight to Asia.
Yep, true. But he was trying to get engaged with the coaching people like, look, I've been working on threes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to tell people like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can do more than just what y'all want me to do. Rebound and fucking block, right? So the nigga shot the three in that shit, right? He said literally, as soon as he shot that three, they set him down for 3 games. Said they didn't want him putting the ball on the floor. They didn't want him shooting.
He was there with LeBron?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there with LeBron.
And then the most disturbing thing that really stood out, and I ain't gonna waste too much time, was when he put that block on Jokic. He put a block on Jokic in the bubble. They showed the block.
Did they set him down?
They set that
They
nigga
set him
down
down. I
for
do
like
remember
4
that.
or 5 games after that for blocking Jokic, your opponent that you post to block. Your job is to make sure he don't score. He blocked that
Now
nigga.
I wanna see it.
They set that nigga down.
Where is the
I'm
era
trying
of
to
conspiracy music for this?
I'm trying to tell you,
Right.
bro. That shit, like, it was one of them things that, you see on Instagram. You be like, what the fuck? But I kept seeing it. You know what I'm saying? I kept seeing it, and I just started listening to it. I'm like, yo, this shit putting out some information that I didn't even fucking know.
NBA kind of screwed Dwight Howard because remember he wasn't top 75 players.
Thank
He
you.
should have
And
been.
he talked
He
about
should
that
have
shit too.
He should
And
have
he said literally, it was a part that stuck out. He said they didn't want me in the league. And I'm almost in to believe that because
But I think
about this. They did the same thing to Carmelo.
But I think there was a point. Well, Melo overcame. I will say, he overcame. I think with Dwight, man, I think it was a thing of, and this is just my conspiracy. I think with Dwight that they might have not want him in the league because of his sexuality, because it might have been known, and that might have made people uncomfortable in locker rooms, and they started looking for ways to get him out the league. Just like when you don't play well with the order, like Carmelo wanted the ball, he wanted to be a leader.
Right.
He was out the league. He said, all right, man, I do the role player shit. And they let him back in.
Right.
And all I'm saying is, and this is just conspiracy. Maybe they knew Dwight's activities off the court. Maybe other guys was talking about it. They knew it for fact. And they was kind of like, I don't want this nigga around me. Like, it had to be a personality thing for them to set him up to be out the league.
Now, I agree with you on that, but that don't take away from his accolades. You know what I'm saying?
No, nothing takes
If
away from the
man
accolades.
can do the job, put the man in the position.
And
That's
I-
all that need to be said.
Sports, man.
Jeff T said it best. He said it best. You're right. The man can do the job. But the way they think is like, the way they love you, it's always somebody behind you that they love just as much as they love you.
Right.
And they don't have no problem when you mess up, moving you out the way and saying, come here, young 19-year-old nigga, you the next Dwight Howard. Like, that's how they look at it.
You know who his backup was at the time?
Damn, I do know.
Yep.
Anthony Davis, what? No. Him and Ant was on the floor at the same time.
Him and Ant was on the floor at the same time. But his backup was somebody that's well known and not as good as him.
Nah, who was that?
McGee. JaVale McGee.
Oh, yeah,
JaVale
yeah,
from
yeah.
the Lakers
JaVale,
at that time?
Yeah,
JaVale McGee was Dwight's backup.
But he not even Dwight 2.0. He just tall.
Exactly.
He's just tall.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Dwight has the credentials. He has it. They didn't let that man play. They blackballed him. That's messed up, man. That's all I'm saying.
John, you had anything else?
Nah, I watched Love is Blind UK, and not really. That's about it. A couple documentaries. I'm trying to remember what else I watched. I know that Steve McNair thing, but I've watched something else. This
I
week.
watched this real quick. I wanted to tell y'all. We covered Alien. I watched this documentary about this girl named Lacey Peterson. And listened to the podcast on the case. It's pretty much about a husband who allegedly. Can I say allegedly? Because we don't know.
It was alleged, but because they did a whole Lifetime movie about it with Ben Affleck.
Damn, Ben.
My nigga Ben getting to the paper.
Because I remember, that's why I kept getting confused. I was like, wait, I remember him, like, he started doing interviews, but, like, he didn't care. It was just a lot.
But allegedly, this guy killed his wife, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing new. But it was how he played it in the media, keeping a calm face, straight case. It was just a good-ass doc. It was 3 episodes. Basically, what happened is, what they put together was this guy took his wife to the bay. They lived in California, and he dropped her off in the ocean and came back home, called the parents, say, hey, such and such is missing. And that's how this whole thing, that's how they paint the picture. But he went to jail on circumstantial evidence. He was found guilty on that circumstantial evidence because they never found any evidence saying that he did it. But they did find the body. They did find her hair in his boat that he just bought. So it was a lot of circumstantial evidence that got him the guilty verdict. Not only did he get a guilty verdict, he was sentenced to death.
Damn.
Yeah, this guy was sentenced to death, man. It's a real good doc. I ain't gonna put too much time on it, but yeah, it's worth a watch.
I'm surprised they give somebody death when they don't have solid evidence.
I was shocked.
They can under the circumstance, and they were really trying because I think of how she was found and the elements of her.
She was pregnant.
She was pregnant, so they found the baby was outside of her.
They found the fetus in
They
her
said
body.
it was like it. I think if I remember correctly, it first came out. They said it was the fetus was cut out, but I think it was the elements of animal could have got to her. So it was a lot. But the movie, so I highly suggest
watch the movie.
Watching the documentary if you already have or have not. But it's called The Perfect Husband, the Lacey Peterson story. And my correction, it is not Ben Affleck. I get him and this other guy. They don't look alike, but they have the same.
Putting Ben Affleck on Lifetime is
Casey
fucked up.
Affleck?
It's Dean Cain. He plays
Superman.
Scott, he plays Scott Peterson, but he had him and Ben.
This on Lifetime, right?
Yes,
Lifetime,
I believe
White Tubi.
You can find it on. You can find it on Lifetime.
Yeah, it's the white people Tubi.
But yeah, they have the same mannerisms of like playing that stoic, just very nonchalant. But he did a great job.
This nigga, real quick, this nigga had a girl. I thought this shit was so player. This nigga had a girl an hour away. She didn't know he was married or nothing like that. He had to end up telling because he was in the news looking for his wife, and the guy, he went to take her to like a holiday party for her job.
Yeah.
And one of her coworkers was like, hey, I seen you with my friend. I'm a snitch if you don't tell my friend that you married.
Yeah.
So he called her up. They got this shit all recorded on the phone. Like,
damn.
Yes, he called her because they had her phone tapped after they found out he had this mistress on the side. He seemed like the perfect guy, but he was not the perfect guy. This nigga had a whole side chick. And he called her before she went missing. He called her and said, my wife is missing. Yeah. And then she went missing,
which was part of what they used
the circumstantial
in the case.
evidence. Yeah. So
because her family originally didn't think he had anything to do with it.
I bet they did. They probably trusted him.
Man, listen. In sports, we just talked about Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard accusers dropped the lawsuit, man. So it was consensual, I guess.
China check. That bonus check from China came through.
Howard's lawyer insisted that there were parts of that conversation was deleted. So that's probably why it was dropped. But he cannot re-sue Dwight. So Dwight won his case. Shout out to Dwight, man. Live your best life, man. College football season starts this week, man. I know Johnny's excited. I'm ready for women's NCAA, but until then, we got NCAA football.
It'll sneak up on you. Yeah.
Colorado's playing this week, prime time, Thursday. They got North Dakota.
Yeah, North Dakota State, which is the FCS. They pretty much win the FCS every year, so it would be like the best team in college coming up to try their hand at the pros.
Who, Colorado?
That's kind of what I would compare that to.
So is North Dakota State better?
They could be. We would never know because they FCS, so they in like the division under NCAA.
Got it. Oh,
but they the best in that division.
I think there's only really one marquee matchup I've seen. There's a few, like, because this
For
week,
the first week, yeah.
this week is like 4 matchups, and then next week is the whole slate.
Yeah, next week is when it get really started.
Yeah, so this week. But I noticed a lot of college teams play that bullshit game. Like, I seen North Carolina
playing somebody.
North Carolina Chapel Hill got like Bethune-Cookman or somebody.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they gonna run.
Yeah, get your plays right before you get into like your competitive games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's
get your
kinda
stats
fucked
up and
though.
stuff.
Have
But
y'all-
they paid them to come play. Like,
they paid them?
Yeah, like I remember when I was at A&T, they used to tell like Alabama would pay A&T to come play. At
Just
A&T,
to
play.
get right. Yeah.
Let me
You
ask
talking about the Sooners?
No,
the-
Alabama.
State?
Now Alabama, the
Nick
Roll
Saban.
Tide.
Roll Tide, yeah.
Damn. Y'all niggas was hosting the Tide?
No, they pay like those big schools pay smaller schools to come play
Right.
them.
So y'all
So
hosted
almost
them
like a
niggas.
scrimmage
So it's
game.
like, yeah, we need this money. We'll come over there.
Yeah, nigga. I was
Yeah.
about to say the Tide, nigga.
Yeah.
What? Nigga, they got football following.
Talking to Jamal because he went to a small school.
Yeah.
Them niggas, the difference in talent is so wide. Jamal was saying when they played, what did Leonard Fournette play? One of them
LSU.
niggas. One of them niggas. Nah, they didn't play LSU. It was one of them niggas, and it was another
South
Crimson
Carolina?
Color team he played.
Gamecocks.
May have been the Gamecocks. It may have been LSU. But Jamal was telling me a story. He said, man, I played cornerback in college. He said they gave the ball. We're going to use Leonard Fournette. It's probably wrong, but it was one of them
The
big ass-
Gamecocks had a nice ass running back. I think Marcus Lattimore or something Lattimore.
Wasn't him. It's a guy when we got mad and we was playing with this.
Oh, okay.
Because when he said the name, I was like, nigga, what? He was like, you don't realize how big and how fast he is. But he said, let me tell you. He said they get the ball, they running a run. I'm supposed to come in the gap, make the tackle. He say, man, this motherfucker coming downhill. He say, this nigga knees get so high, them shits is at my chin when he
Crazy.
running. And he say
Full
it's
speed.
And he say it's happening so fast. He say, nigga, I hit one of them goddamn I tried to hit him. I said, for real, dog. So I could imagine them boys at A&T. This is that. If you think you gonna be in the pros, this is that. This is your test. If you get in this game and do your thing, y'all ain't gonna win. But if you get in this game, do your thing individually, because that's the type of talent they up against. I was gonna ask you guys, have y'all been to? No disrespect to A&T.
Yeah.
Have y'all been to a D1 college football game?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I've been to
Yeah.
a couple NC State games.
NC State.
Man, look.
Oh, yeah,
I
your
went
sister. Yeah.
I went somewhere with my sister. I forgot what game it was, but it was a D1 team, and that shit was a fool, nigga. I can't remember which one it was.
I want
It
to
was a
try to
minute.
go to State
gotta
this
call
year,
tomorrow.
Duke this year, and I want to hit the Triangle and hit their football games this
Yeah,
year.
a rivalry game would be nice.
Rivalry game
between
would be
one of
nice.
them three.
Matter of fact, it was Wake Forest and somebody else because
Oh,
it
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah, I went to a Wake Forest
games
game.
are good.
Because
Yeah.
it was my sister went to Winston and Wake Forest wasn't nothing but down the street from there. So they used to go to Wake Forest like all they like hype football games.
Yeah.
They would go to them shits. And I got to go to one of them. That shit was hype as fuck.
Yes,
That shit was hype,
They get
nigga.
down,
I was
man.
like, oh
They
shit,
get
that's
down.
They get down.
what. Man, I ain't
It's a
know
good
it was
time.
like that.
And I enjoy myself so much. So this is like it's opened my eyes to college sports, D1 college sports, and how almost damn near professional it is.
Oh yeah.
Like I didn't even know them guys had merch. I was like, they got merch. They
yeah.
they can make money off y'all like that.
And them niggas
They
be
definitely were at
hitting,
one
bruh.
point.
Them niggas
Oh,
be
yeah.
hitting.
They be hitting.
They one step away from the pros.
Bro, you can hear that shit in the crowd. Like, you be like,
Yeah.
God damn, it sound like a car crash.
Should have stepped up in competition for sure.
Man.
Yeah, and
That's-
even with the not to switch from football to basketball, but even
Yeah.
going to see the girls play, like that shit look damn near professional. Like,
Yeah,
so
it's crazy.
It's dope to go watch them schools play
Right.
in person. So I want to try to hit. I know State was good last year. Our football teams don't be like the best, but they good enough product
Yeah.
to go watch. So I want to go check
Yeah,
out
it's weird
State.
because it's like it's a team full of like best people. Like you might have been the best quarterback in Charlotte, but you coming over to wherever you say you go to Clemson.
Yeah.
You the third best quarterback on that team this year.
it was this guy I used to work with. He used to be so in love with college football, and he'd be like, "Man, I don't like the pros," and I'd be like, "Man, why?" And he'd be like, "Man, they just want it more."
The atmosphere is a lot different than the pros, but the pros get it. Pros play for like the end of the year, and college players like you playing to get to the next level.
Right.
I
So
still
that's
will
what
argue that point forever.
That's what he was saying though.
Oh, I get what you're saying. Play for the ending, like they're trying to get to play.
Yeah, they trying to get to the playoffs, but he was saying like, nigga, they playing like that all season in college.
'cause you
They
wanna
playing
look
like it's
good.
their last game.
Because after every week, I want to say every week and every game, you're under this microscope, and you're only as good as your last game. So imagine your draft stock. Imagine you from Boulevard Homes, and you make it to Chapel Hill, or you make it to Bama, and you make it to the starting spot. Every week, you go from he might be a number 1 pick, he might be a 25th pick, or
Yeah.
he dropped 10 passes. So yeah, you going out there like, nah,
Right.
fuck that. And one more thing I did know is even though this is the best of the best, there's still that talent discrepancy among schools. Like when I went to see North Carolina versus Virginia, rivalry games always gonna be good. But there was a clear mismatch with the wide receiver for North Carolina. Like he was clearly the guy. He was clear, and Drake May was clearly the best quarterback on the field. Now, did Virginia win that day? Hell yeah, because the product is good. But you can see the talent level with Drake versus the Virginia quarterback, who I don't know if he I don't even know his name, but I just seen like the best player on Virginia was they running back. North Carolina's defense wasn't as good or as talented as Virginia. So I was seeing the discrepancies like, yo, like I see who really that nigga. And so like, yeah, having a bad game, having a bad week, your draft stock going up and down. So on them weeks you can get a North Carolina A&T, you can run your numbers up. Run them up.
You gonna go
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Everybody can't be Reggie Bush.
Nah.
And that man, see, you remember a couple years back where they was doing these big ups for like the HBCUs, and they be like, "Yeah, man, y'all need to start supporting these HBCUs." But just like off of what you just said, the talent
be so different.
Yeah, it's
The only
where,
way you gonna get some talent at HBCU is if you bring your son with you like Dion did.
Yeah.
like, but that was, hold on, I don't want to stay here too long, but like even the whole, like the Jackson State experiment was a prime example of a talent discrepancy. They was going to them schools whooping ass, and honestly, when it comes to HBCUs, it's only, I might be wrong, so you can correct me. It's only 2 HBCUs that really got them niggas. That's South Carolina State.
Yeah,
that
South
right?
Carolina State, FAMU.
FAMU is the other one.
FAMU, iffy. Grambling used to have
Grambling used to get that
be the epitome of black college football.
But
Not
now
no
it's
more.
South Carolina State. South Carolina State probably gonna give you at least one NFL player.
Yeah.
Like at least one. FAMU might give you one. Like them 2 schools, they different. And that Jackson State shit, they was dominating so hard. Their only competition was it South Carolina
They
State?
lost to South Carolina. They lost each year. They lost in the HBCU bowl game. They lost to South Carolina State the second year. Can't remember who they lost to that first year, but they lost both the bowl games. But they dominated throughout the season.
So yeah. And Dion, everybody who didn't want to play with Dion.
Yeah.
So I recruited
like
well.
they was pissed off that he was getting them good recruiting classes to come to a school like Jackson State.
Yeah, man.
But he took all that whole team to Colorado.
He took the whole damn team, everybody,
And
even the
some
water
white
boys.
That's all I had for this week, man. Last week we left this off, but man, rest in peace to Houston's Beat King. He died at 39 of a pulmonary embolism. So
What is that?
fellas, go out there, get your blood checked, go to your cardiologist,
Do
get your
all
heart
that
checked.
shit, fellas.
Yeah, it's when you get a blood clot somewhere in your body, and I think he had it. He fainted on air, and I think he had a blood clot in his. When I was reading on it, I think the blood clot can start anywhere, your leg, your arm, but eventually, if that blood don't get flowing, you'll eventually have some heart complications.
I was about to say blood clots will take you out of here, bro.
That's what they
Definitely,
say.
man.
Yep.
They'll take you
they say.
out of here, dog.
See, if he was on them blood thinners, he'd have been all right, but he never went to the doctor, probably.
And our boy famous Amos passed at 88. He died in Hawaii.
Shout out to them cookies.
If y'all hear our bonus episode, because we are out next week, so y'all hear our bonus
that's
episode. We
what
kind
we
of got into famous Amos and who he was, and we talked about a little bit off Mike, but rest in peace to him. I was gonna say, man, before we get out of here on that heart shit, that clot shit, somebody was telling me, my sister was telling me, she said,
You got a sister?
we'll talk about that later.
All right.
She was telling me that her mom,
Know that shit?
used to smoke and stopped smoking 6 years ago, and her dad still smoked, and we talking about clogged arteries. Her stepfather still smoked, but we was talking about clogged arteries. I was like, ain't that weird how you keep, because you know smoking will cause your blood to clot too.
Yeah.
Because it thickens your blood. But I say, ain't it weird how you try to stop doing something and it'll damn near hurt you?
Yeah, it'll kill you.
But if you keep doing something, most people keep smoking until they die. They might live like my daughter's great grandfather is 80-something years old and he still smokes cigars.
Yeah, I bet he smokes some
And
real
Black and
cigars
Miles,
too.
yes.
Bro, it's crazy that you said that because it's this guy that come in my store. This nigga has congestive heart failure. He told me himself. This
still
nigga will
smoking.
buy
But
a
if he
pack of
buys-
Newports. I'll be like, sir, I don't even feel right selling you this shit.
That nigga don't
He be
even-
like, you
Because
better
it's
give me
like,
them
why
goddamn
stop?
How are you
Newports.
alive?
Why stop? If I stop, my body's gonna freak the fuck out.
Yeah,
So let me
yeah.
just keep smoking.
Yeah, withdrawal hard to go through.
Bro, he be making me feel so bad. He be like, don't tell my daughter when she come in. I be like, nigga, don't be
Nigga,
putting
you,
me in the
you
middle
smell
of this
like some
shit.
cigarettes, you know.
He be like,
And the crazy shit is, I be waiting for niggas like that to drop, and they be out living young niggas.
bro, when I tell you this nigga, if you meet him right now, you wouldn't even think this nigga had that shit, bro. He come in cracking jokes and all. You be like, damn, bro, like you seem pretty happy to be an old man.
That's
You better
fucking
give him his Newports.
Nah,
He'll cuss your ass out. He be like, look, young man, I like your ass, but I'll slap the shit
Right.
out you.
Yeah,
He,
get
told,
that nigga.
he told me that
He's
shit.
grown
He
enough
was
to
like,
make his
look.
own decisions.
Yeah, he know. He know. So I feel you on that.
Nah, that's it, man. Final thoughts, man. Play the music.
Hey, man. I'm on the same time as last week. Call your goddamn kids if you got something. You got something, call them niggas.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
man.
If y'all not voting for Kamala, guess you voting for Trump.
Man, happy back to school week. Happy Labor Day out there, man. I hope y'all enjoy the episode and enjoy the episode after this. Other than that, man, I'm signing off for D. I'm signing off for James. I'm signing off for Jukebox. John, you pointing at me.
I was going to say, these damn kids going back to school later and later. That's fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
I
he pushing
look,
it back.
man, I'm going to just say this. My birthday, August, all right?
Get out later though.
August 5th is my birthday, right? I remember being a kid right after my birthday was over. We back in school now.
Right, you was.
Yeah,
We
first
back in
weekend.
school.
After that first week in August, you back.
These niggas ain't going back to school till the 29th.
Man,
I think it mattered what school what kind of school you went to.
It's Charlotte Mecklenburg.
But isn't like a difference between a magnet and a
Nah, he right. Nah, we all.
It's
something else?
public school.
She not from here. She not.
Oh, these niggas is not going back. What's going
Yeah,
on?
we never went back
But
to
they ain't
September.
going
And then they
back.
got a day off next week.
Yeah.
They go back this week and got a day off next week.
We never went back.
Then they got 2 days off next week.
We never went
Bruh,
back.
they didn't do us right. They didn't do us right. I probably would have went to college if I would have had these niggas scheduled.
All right, man. Enough of the cap. Listen. All streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, man. You guys out there love the life you live and the people in it. Find the positive in every situation and live in the moment because this life is not forever. I'm your boy, Jumpman Jones. We're going to talk to y'all on the next ride. Peace out.
Deuces.
Daddy, are you on the radio?
Did you drink something?